Hey Sag, welcome back. Let's now have a look and see what does the future hold for this connection. Will they come back? Can you get the connection back to what it once was? And any time frames around that happening. Let's have a look and see. Sagittarius. What is coming up? Okay. Okay, Three of Cups has come up twice and it is reversed again. Okay, you have the Taurus and Aries seasons that have come up. Could indicate that that's a guide for when another chance with this person could come around. I do see unions because I see new beginnings with this person. You know, you've got the Magician, so it's almost like a fresh start, a clean slate. And you have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is Taurus. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love. So seeing that, I feel like there is a strong love potential that you have with this person that can come back and be something special. So I feel like love is what's going to draw the two of you back together. But there's somewhat of a clingy energy. Notice how he clings with the Four of Pentacles. He clings to something here. And the Three of Cups. I wonder if there's still going to continue to be this issue of either clinging to each other and not giving each other freedom to spend time with friends, or sort of taking each other away from friends and family. I think that might be a message here. That's something that you need to avoid because it can create friction. If it's not that, then I think it's the enjoyment thing. The courtship stage, the cute dates, the spontaneity, the going out. They still want that. I think they highly prize that in a relationship, in a commitment, and they want to have that with you. They want to have that with you. But I also feel like with the Four of Pentacles, it's like a keeper. He's sitting on like a pot of gold, so to speak. This is more value and gratitude that I'm seeing you're going to create between one another. I feel like you'll connect online with the Hierophant, online or through some sort of event. It may not necessarily be a planned or premeditated meeting, meaning maybe you didn't have the intention of reaching out, maybe they didn't necessarily have the intention of reaching out, but because it's like, I feel like the Four of Swords is like premeditation. You can see he's like, it's a state of thought, it's a process. And I feel like that being reversed would indicate that the two of you reconnecting, it could happen in a very unexpected way, in a very non-planned way. So instead of like reaching out, you might accidentally like the same page on social media, or respond to the same tweet, or come across each other's photos or something like that. I don't think it was necessarily planned when they do come back. But if they do, I feel the Magician is bringing a fast-paced energy. He wants instant results. So you are, or they are, going to want to see things like changes, or they'll want to move fairly quickly. There won't be much umming and ahhing, I don't think. You know, the Rest card is reversed. The Rest card, which is the Four of Swords, a card of slowing down, a card of meditation and thinking about things. This is reversed. And this would indicate that, to me at least, it would indicate that they will not settle for a slow connection. They'll want to pick things up right away, or they'll want to see instant results right away with you, Sagittarius. But there could be quite a bit of romance. They might be more romantic than they were before. You might see more romance. I feel like the Hierophant is an element of romanticism, as is the Magician, because the Magician is, you know, he makes things appear, he charms us, he dazzles us. So I feel like you'll be dazzled again by this person. It's almost like you might fall for them again. You might fall in love with them all over again, or have that spark, have that, you know, have that chemistry. The magician is the alchemist. So I do feel like I do think of chemistry when I see him. So I think it's either you'll work on the chemistry, or there'll be instant chemistry yet again. And I don't feel like there's bitter feelings when you do reconnect, either from their side or yours. I do feel like you might want to take it slow with the Four of Pentacles, like sort of see where things are going, see how it plays out. I think that will be important to you, Sagittarius. That's what you want, I think, around them coming back. But you do have Gemini, Cancer, Aries and Taurus. So I don't know if this is like a bit of a process here from Aries and then Taurus, Gemini, Cancer of next year. Those 4 signs corresponding to the number 4, which has come up twice here, could be significant. But the Hierophant is seen as the marriage card, so there can be a long-term commitment that can come from this when they return. Either marriage, maybe moving in together, you know, engagements. The Hierophant is all about tradition, so it's almost like you'll have the opportunity to have a traditional relationship with them and pursue that sort of connection together. But they might want marriage, you might want marriage, or moving in. We see the keys. But I do feel like, especially because the Nine of Cups is sort of facing into the Magician, I do feel like if this is someone who they don't see results straight away, or they don't get their way, or they don't see, you know, they don't see what they want to see, or they don't get the words that they want to hear, they might be quite easy to give up. So I feel like, I do feel like with the Hierophant and the Magician, they want your admiration. They want you to adore them. So I don't know if this is anything to do with like attraction or the way you treat them. I think maybe they're used to being spoilt a certain way, Sagittarius, and I think this is what they're wanting, and they won't settle for anything less. But like I said, it could be at an event, or online, that the two of you do make contact again, or get back in touch, or have the connection to what it once was. But for some reason, the Three of Cups is still coming up upside down. So this would make me think that this will continue. Whatever it is they're unhappy about may continue. So it's something you need to work on in order to have this connection be what it once was, or eventuate into something extremely serious, which the Hierophant can most certainly represent. But it's almost like he's watching and waiting, and these monks are watching and waiting. I think they're sort of leaving it up to you, or watching your reaction, Sagittarius. Again, I said that they have some very special feelings for you, possibly view you as a twin flame soulmate, and it's almost like the watching and waiting. So it's almost like they're still maybe looking at your social media, maybe they're still checking in, walking past your house, driving by your house. There's still sort of this watching and waiting game. Maybe they're doing this to see how you'll react. They want to get your attention, and the quickest way to get someone's attention is to remove yours. So I don't know if they're trying to play a little bit of a game here, but also the Magician is quite strategic. So there's strategy coming up around this person. They know what they're doing. They know how to charm. They know how to dazzle. They know how to reel you back in, and they're sort of testing the waters, I think, with you, Sag. Maybe not for all of you, but for some that could very much be the case. I'll leave your reading at that though, Sag. So thank you again so much for tuning in.